Cullman Police have a new tool for controlling traffic in the city of Cullman. The city has purchased an LED sign which will be used to monitor traffic flow and to collect data that police can use while enforcing the speed limit. The sign will also serve as a reminder for drivers to slow down. The police department has placed the first sign on Swafford Road, which is a popular cut-through on the southwest end of town.
And off of Swafford, there are several little smaller subdivisions that are back in there. And because that's a popular cut-through, we get, routinely, we get complaints from people that live in the neighborhood of people driving over the speed limit.
The sign has been placed there for about a week.
We just purchased it. It was really approved in the last budget, but then as you work through a budget year, you have to work with the mayor and council on how you spend and when you spend the money. But it's been a priority with this mayor and council that we do something extra to help slow motorists down.
Assistant Police Chief Craig Green says the sign will only be used as a tool to monitor traffic flow in a specific area.
I think some cities are putting red light cameras up, so they'll actually take a picture of the vehicle and the tag, and they're issuing a citation off of that. That's not what this is. This is just recording data, no photographs, just data. It's just going to let us better use manpower.
Green says the sign offers a more efficient way to monitor traffic and enforce the law in parts of town where speeding is a problem.
Prior to the sign, what we were having to do is send a patrol officer to that area and kind of monitor the traffic, kind of figure out when is the when are the times that are most crucial that we need to have someone there. So what you end up doing in that day is you don't waste, but it's a resource that you've got to put in. It's a salary, it's a vehicle, and so it's costly. So what this sign's going to be able to do is we can put it down there. It's going to do a couple things. It'll record up to 30 days and give us all the information we need. It's going to give you a graph that says on Fridays between 3 and 5 p.m., that's when the highest traffic is. And it's going to tell you that between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., everybody's going the speed limit. So then when you go to send someone down there, it's going to be based off of true data that's coming from the computer that's inside the sign.
The sign will also serve as a way to remind drivers to check their speed.
If you're doing over the posted speed limit, it flashes at you. You want to go by the speed limit, you want to obey the law, but because we live busy lives and we're on busy schedules, they're on their way to take their kids to daycare or to school or to their grandparents or whatever they're doing, and so their mind is running 100 miles an hour. They don't pay attention that they just came off of Highway 31. Where the speed limit is 50 or 55, depending on which way you come from. And they turn on that road not paying attention, and then this gets their attention, they automatically slow down. We're doing everything we can to put the most number of patrol cars out.
Green says the visibility of officers throughout the city is one of the biggest ways that police can encourage motorists to practice safe driving.
Most shifts have between 5 and 7 assigned to them, and then so those 5 to 7 are covering the entire city, and that's a lot to ask out of 5 to 7 people. But I know on my off days or when I'm not at work, if you drive through town, it's going to be pretty rare to make it from one end of Cullman to the other, or just driving around without seeing a car.
Another way officers keep the roads safe is by enforcing the traffic laws.
It's unfortunate when somebody has to be issued a traffic citation. They're expensive, and I realize that, but if that's what the officer feels is needed to correct an action. I've always thought that our job is to correct a wrong. So I'm no different than anyone else. If I do wrong, I need to be corrected on it, and sometimes it takes a citation to do that.
Green is hoping this new technology will be one more way police can keep roads safe. The city has only purchased one of the LED signs so far. If the sign proves to be an effective tool, it is possible that the police department will get more of them.
This is our first one. It's fairly expensive. This one was about a $3,000, $3,500 purchase. But if it works, it's just an investment, and we hope if it works, and if the mayor and the council's pleased with it and the people are pleased with it, we hope in this next budget to purchase about 3 more. And then we can have, because our goal is to have those places that are routine that we get complaints on, to permanently put something there. Now we'll move it from one end of the street to the other. We'll move it around still, but we hope to have one that we can kind of float around as we get complaints. Because a unique thing about these is you can mount them on a pole, you can mount them on a utility pole that's already there, and it's very easy to get a permanent bracket or a temporary or permanent bracket put up where you can really just snap it and lock it in place. And so if we were able to get more of those, then I think in the long run it'll make us work more efficiently.
For TV 27, I'm Danny Brown.